Yo guys, what's up? Edog Maynard here, back with another video. Many of you may have heard that Mojang just released a brand new game called Minecraft Legends. I'm really excited for this game. I mean, it's not like I just literally spent money on a Minecraft Legends poster. Like, I'm kind of excited, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be playing this game for the very first time ever since it came out, and it just came out like 2 days ago. I think it was on Tuesday. So basically what we're going to be doing is just going in for the first time, playing the dang game, pretty much trying to learn how to play it, because I'll be honest, I haven't done hardly any research at all. Honestly, extremely unprepared. So this will be very interesting. Leave a like, maybe consider subscribing if you learned something. You'd be a champ if you did, you know you would. And if you don't,
I will literally spawn a wither in your room.
also, comment down below what you think of the video and what you guys would maybe want to see in the future. I really love to hear from you guys, and I do answer all of my comments. Also, my Discord is linked in the description below. Please go join it. It'd be awesome to see you there. Anyway, with that, let's dive right into the video. So the first thing I did to begin my adventure as a legend in Minecraft Legends was open up Minecraft Legends. I then watched this goofy looking intro that was actually kind of very interesting. The animation was very good. I liked the animation. It was very entertaining. They did a very good job with this. All the characters just look so cute. I just can't get over how cute they look. They look awesome. If you guys want to watch the full thing and see for yourselves, I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there. Or you could just go ahead and get the game and watch it yourself. Anyway, the gist of it was the overworld was a peaceful place where all the creatures, all the entities, they all lived in peace. And then the evil piglins from the nether just burst into everything and ruined everything and started taking over the overworld. So if you guys want to see the full thing for yourself, I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube for that. I then picked out this cool, sweet looking character. He looks like a straight up Giga Chad with that armor suit on, so of course you know I had to pick him. Then I just went ahead and picked what I figured was the default game mode, campaign mode, and started up the good old game of Minecraft Legend. Then Big Rock Troll, Little Troll, and Brick Lady led me through this tutorial where I just basically learned the controls, which honestly I was confused with them getting. It took me a little bit to get the hang of what they wanted me to do in the first place, but big props to Mojang. Their tutorial is very informational. I highly recommend that you use the tutorial first before you play the game for the first time. I was then tasked with my first mission, which was to go save this village that was being attacked by the piglins. I really liked the gameplay, which was very nice. It gave me the feel of Minecraft that I've always enjoyed. I liked the way you could travel and go throughout the world. Exploring the world was probably one of my favorite parts of the game, where you could just see the different animations, the different things that the devs have added to the game, the way they have designed it. It gave me the feel of regular Minecraft, but it was also something new, something else exciting, something to enjoy. It gave me a different feel, and I really enjoyed that. So even though I was on a time schedule to go save the villagers, I did take some time, take some detours, try and explore the game to figure out, just to push it to its limits, to figure out what you could do and what you couldn't do. Finally, I did arrive at the village. This is where I had my first encounter with the evil piglins. Of course, it was an easy fight, and I did defeat them easily after I figured out the controls. I did enjoy the way they had a different introduction for each engagement. So I set up these generators that basically spawns your golems. You have your little allies that get the materials to build these spawners, and you build them. You spawn your rock golems and your wood golems. I'm not entirely sure what they're called, but that's just what I called them. Then you basically rally your army and send them off to fight the piglins, and you can fight them yourself if you so wish. After defeating the piglins and saving the village, I had to build this carpenter shack, which basically rebuilt the town and fixed what the piglins had destroyed, because they did destroy a lot while I was off gallivanting doing my own thing. It's kind of my own fault, so I did feel kind of obligated. Then they gave me this, basically giving me the materials to supply the spawners and power them. And if I did run out of materials, I could send off my allies, which would go and gather rock or wood, which would gather enough resources to build another spawn. Immediately after saving this village, it did send me off to do another mission, which was basically save another village. And I repeated the same process, which was a little bit more difficult, took a little bit more time, but I did defeat them easily after I figured out the strategies. Had about the same encounter, about the same process. After I was done defeating, I had to place the carpenter structure and then get the goodies afterwards. It was kind of nice. I was kind of afraid that that my army would despawn after every encounter, but it allowed me to take my army with me and travel halfway across the map with them following me, which was very nice. I didn't have to respawn an entire new army every single time, which I did appreciate. Much of the time playing was spent going from one location to another. It did take quite a long time, but it was still very enjoyable at the same time because I did get to see each and every new location that they added to the game, because they did add what we would call new biomes in the base game. It was very enjoyable to see every new thing that they had added to it, and so I did like the time spent traveling from one location to another, exploring the world. And as I went along, I spent some time collecting resources such as rock and wood, which would be very helpful in each and every new encounter that I would have. Developed that as my strategy, trying to basically prepare for the coming encounter. And I just wanted to make sure that I had enough resources to be able to build new spawners or build new structures, which was another thing that the LAs could do, which was build ramps or walls or watchtowers or whatever you wanted. And you need to have plenty of materials to do that. After defeating that village, it sent me off on another mission, this time to attack a piglin outpost, which is a little different. Basically, it was this little area with netherrack around it with piglin spawners and these watchtowers that shot arrows at you. It was a fairly easy fight, slightly more difficult than the town fights, which was a nice challenge. One main thing that you had to watch out for while defeating the outposts was I'm not entirely sure what they called them officially, but I just called them netherrack spreaders because basically they spread another biome, you might say. They basically shot out this toxic gas that could harm you and your army. But once you took these out, it was fairly easy to destroy the outpost. The game then continued to lead me from one outpost to another, defeating them. Each outpost was consecutively harder to defeat. The easiest way I found to defeat the outpost was by taking out their archery towers, which did the most damage. The archery towers and the netherrack spreaders were what did the most damage to you and your army, so I always went for those first to get them taken out, and then I went for the piglins that were spawning because the piglins themselves were actually very easy to defeat. That's just how I developed my strategy and what I found. It may be different for you, but hopefully that's helpful for you. After defeating those 3 outposts, it did send me on a mission to go to what they called the Well of Fate, which was basically where you could upgrade your army and research new golems to add to your army. So it had me upgrade my army. I was able to research the mossy golem and the iron golems, but I was never able to spawn very many of them because they were very expensive, because they did require iron, which was kind of complicated to get. Basically, you had to create these iron spawners, which you had to build first before your allies could collect the iron. It was very confusing at first, extremely expensive to build, but once you did, the golems themselves were very helpful and very useful in the fights to come. They're very powerful. After this, it sent me back one of the towns I had saved, where it told me to fortify it, which I was able to do by setting up archer towers all around, put a watchtower at each corner. It then had me fend off a piglin attack that was attacking the village, which I was easily able to fend off. Having defeated those piglins, I was sent to defeat another piglin outpost, which was much more difficult to defeat, but after some struggling and some strategizing, I was able to defeat it. One thing I did find while traveling throughout the world was the little red berries you see here. Those are actually poisonous. Twice I came very near to dying. Also, you can take fall damage in this game, so be very careful with that. I did find out the hard way when I was climbing this mountain. I took several steep falls. I did not die because I'm the goat. I came very near to dying several times, and I did lose a lot of my golems because they do take fall damage as well. So take that into consideration when you're climbing mountains or scaling high cliffs. By the time I finished scaling this mountain and getting over it, because I had to climb it to get to the top, I had lost nearly my entire army, so I had to spawn a new one, which was slightly annoying. After finally making it to the final outpost of the time that I was going to spend playing, I had to spend some time building new spawners, setting up a new army, and I did try to use some of the new mossy golems or iron golems, but I didn't have enough resources to do that, so I had to stick with the good old stone and wood golems, which was just fine with me because they had gotten me through a lot before, so I decided to go with that. The hardest part of this fight was taking down the archer towers, which for some reason just would not go down, and there's 3 of them, which was hard to split my army up between, so I eventually just decided to take the whole army, group them together, take one out at a time. It did take a while to do that because the other 2 archer towers would continually pick off my army, so I had to keep going back and respawning my army. Besides that, the piglins kept respawning and harassing me, which was very annoying. But eventually I did get the big W and destroy all the structures and destroy all the piglins, which was very nice and very relieving because I was extremely tired of trying to take this outpost down. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. That's it for today. I didn't get a whole lot of time to record, that's why the video is so short. So if you guys would like to see a part 2, please comment down below and let me know, and like the video. That helps me out so much. And if you guys would consider subscribing, that would be great. It helps me out a lot. Anyways, peace be with you. E-Dog out.